This week at NASA. It was a week full of activity for the crews of the International Space Station.
It is time for Expedition 30 to step aside and make way for Expedition 31. Oleg, with that, I hereby hand over command of the International Space Station to you.
NASA astronaut and Expedition 30 Commander Dan Burbank officially transferred the helm of the orbiting outpost to Russian cosmonaut Oleg Kononenko, who, along with NASA astronaut Don Pettit and Andrei Kuipers of the European Space Agency, has now begun Expedition 31. 2 days later, Burbank and his Expedition 30 crewmates, Russian cosmonaut Anton Shkaplerov and Anatoly Ivanishyn, said their farewells, climbed into their Soyuz TMA-22 spacecraft, and departed the station for the trip back to Earth. After a 5.5-month stay on board the ISS, Burbank, Shkaplerov, and Ivanishyn landed safely in Kazakhstan.
What's been really nice is that, coming from the United States, of course, the cultures are different, the language is difficult, and everyone here has been very, very patient with us and making sure that we're going to be ready for our flight.
Meanwhile, the other 3 members of Expedition 31 participated in their pre-launch activities. At the Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center in Star City, Russia, NASA flight engineer Joe Akava and his Russian crewmates, Soyuz Commander Gennady Fedalka and flight engineer Sergei Revin, fielded questions from reporters. The trio is undergoing final qualification training for the Soyuz vehicle that's scheduled to launch them to the ISS on May 15th, and their subsequent rendezvous on orbit with Pettit, Kuipers, and Kononenko. The week after it was mated to NASA's shuttle carrier aircraft, Enterprise, NASA's first orbiter, was lifted skyward on the shuttle's final ferry flight from Washington's Dulles International Airport to its new home in New York. Several hours later, in a sight reminiscent of its fly-around of the Washington, D.C. metro area a week earlier, the SCA brought Enterprise over several Big Apple landmarks before finally touching down at John F. Kennedy International Airport. Enterprise will remain at JFK until July, when it's scheduled to barge its way up